So guys, welcome back to another video. This is a little bit of a contentious subject because I know a lot of you guys have strong opinions. Disc versus digital. Which one, which PS5 should I buy? Disc PS5 that has a 4K Blu-ray drive attached to the side of it. Some people call it a big tumor. Or the digital with a sleek, symmetrical, beautiful, skinny look. Both have their pros and cons. In fact, the disc has a few cons. The digital has a few more. But we're gonna get into it and we're gonna talk about it. And I want to know your opinions in the comments. What you think? Which one do you prefer? For what reasons? Let me know in the comments. So disc versus digital. Now let's get into this. So we're gonna talk about disc versus digital for a second. I know a lot of you guys love your digital games. Hell, to be honest, I buy mainly digital games anyway. The question is, or the thing is, how often do you buy disc games? Do you never buy disc games, or is there sometimes a few situations where you want to buy a used game, or you want to buy a game from a different retailer maybe? That's basically what it comes down to. Do you want to have the option to have disc games, or are you just hardcore 100% digital only, which is fine as well. Now, the digital does look pretty nice, you've got to admit. It looks pretty nice. It's nice and symmetrical, skinny. It looks... Honestly, I think if they really tried, they could have maybe snuck a little CD drive in the digital one and have it like be up, up here where this middle bit is. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? But they chose to instead sort of make it asymmetrical and have that little side bit there, which don't look bad. I mean, let's be honest, it don't look bad. So I'm going to give you my reasons why I think disc is better. And they're totally my opinions. You might not agree. You don't have to agree. That's a beautiful thing about YouTube, is you don't need to agree, but you can sure complain in the comments section if you want to. So the reason why I like digital is because, the reason I like disc more is because you have more options, right? It's basically, the disc version of the PS5 is basically just a digital PS5 with a CD drive attached to it, right? The benefits of that being... Okay, I'll go for the cons first. The cons being it's not symmetrical, and you do have that little lump at the side. That's one of the cons. The other con is the fact that maybe it is more prone to become faulty at some point. The CD drive is one of those parts on a console that does tend to go faulty before the rest of it. I guess if it does go faulty, then you're just left with a digital PS5, and if you were on the fence about which one to get, now you've got a digital if the disc drive goes wrong. But yeah, that's mainly the cons of it. It's maybe a little bit noisy now and then. It's not symmetrical. It does have that little lump at the side. And it does have a higher failure rate, obviously, than not having one altogether. But let's talk about the pros now. So the reason why I like the disc version over digital is because it gives you more options, right? Let's face it, the disc is the same as the digital in every single way. It's got the same amount of storage. It's got the same amount of storage, 825 gigabytes. So you could theoretically just use it as a digital console. It has the same storage, has everything digital has, but it also has the 4K Blu-ray drive. Now, 4K Blu-ray drives are in themselves about $100 to $200 to play 4K Blu-rays. So the benefit is that you get that included with your PS5. If you want to use your PS5 as some sort of entertainment center where you watch 4K films, or you want to start a 4K Blu-ray collection, which actually it is one of the reasons why I got the disc PS5, then you can. That's one of the good things about disc PS5, is that you can, if you want to start a 4K Blu-ray collection, you can, and you don't have to spend an extra $200 or something on a standalone 4K Blu-ray drive. So that's one thing I like. It also comes with a media remote for the PS5, which can come in handy if that is what you're wanting to do. So 4K Blu-rays and films, number one. Second of all is that you've got a resale market, right? You've got eBay, where you could buy used games for a fraction of the price. You could sell your used games to cost some money back. So in reality, when you think about it, the extra $100 that you spend on the disc version, the disc is $499, digital is $399. But when you think about it, that extra $100 you spend, if you do plan on buying some used games or selling some of your old games that you don't play anymore, or just buying some games on sale from different retailers, then you will claw that $100 back, inevitably anyway at some point. The question comes down to really is, do you like how the PS5 looks with the extra little CD drive on the side? That's the only reason I could see as to why you wouldn't want it. That and the extra $100. But obviously, like I says, if you buy games on sale, if you buy used games, you will end up clawing that $100 back in no time. It will end up paying for itself over time. So yes, used games, selling games, I do like that aspect to it. Third of all is obviously more choices to where you buy games. Now, one example that I'll pull up straight away right now is Hitman 3. It's on sale right now on Amazon, the disc version, for $49.94, which is $10 off the retail price. So if you were to buy, if you had a digital PS5, you would have to buy it from the PlayStation Store, and right now I believe it's $60 on the PSN Store. So you would have to be $60 for it. But if you have a disc PS5, then you have that extra option of maybe going to Amazon, retailers like Amazon, Walmart, GameStop, and maybe picking up a game on sale that wouldn't or normally isn't on sale on the PSN Store. That's one thing I like, and obviously eBay if that's what you want to do as well. So yeah, it's on sale for $49.94 straight from Amazon Prime delivery, $10 off. But it is the disc version. Now another thing I like about the disc version, obviously. So number one is that you've got the option of playing 4K, the 4K Blu-ray films without having to buy a separate standalone 4K Blu-ray player. Number two, you've got the resale market where you can buy used games, sell used games. Number three, you get more choices as to which retailer you buy from. A lot of different retailers have different sales at the same time. And four, you do also have access, obviously, to the digital game market on the PSN Store. So if the PSN Store is having a sale, buy it off the digital store. You have more options with the disc version. So that's one big thing I like about it. The con of having disc games, depending on whether you think it's a con or not, is the fact that you will have to obviously get up and walk to the PS5, take the disc out, put another disc in. It's very, it's an old. I wouldn't say it's an old thing, a retro thing. It's just something you had to. I grew up with. A lot of people grew up with that. Just having to go in, take the disc out, put a new one in, then go back and sit down. It's just a convenience factor having everything digital. But like I said, you can buy the disc version and get most of your games digital if that's what you want. But you do have the option. It's just extra options, and that's why I like the disc version. Now we all know that consoles are heading towards digital only. That's it's a foregone conclusion at this point. It's just more convenient having digital games. I think one thing that could be the nail in the coffin for disc PS5 or just disc consoles in general is if they allow different retailers like Amazon, like Target, like Walmart, like GameStop to basically sell physical game code cards. For use on the PS5. So that allows you to still have that choice as to where you buy from. That's one of the big reasons why I like disc, is that you have more choice. That some retailers like Amazon, for example, like I'm just showing you, is having a sale on Hitman 3 and it's not on the PSN Store. I have the option to buy it from Amazon. But as you can see right now, there's no option on Amazon to buy the digital code for $49.94. You have to buy the physical. So I think what would essentially kill the disc, the option of getting discs, is if they just let people buy and sell used games, used digital games. Sorry. So for example, if I want to sell my digital copy of Hitman 3, I could sell it to a friend, and then it'll deregister it from my account. I'll sell it on eBay, and it'll deregister it from my console. So I'm not able to play it anymore, and then when they redeem it, it'll obviously be assigned to their console, and that's one way they could do it. I think that definitely works, and obviously allow more retailers to sell physical game code cards, like Amazon, for example, or GameStop, and allow us to basically go into Amazon, see that Amazon's having a sale, and choose whether if we want to buy the digital code for it. I think that would basically kill disc consoles in their tracks. At that point, the only reason I could see for maybe making an argument for disc is just having a Blu-ray player. at that point. But yeah, that's basically my argument in a nutshell. I think disc gives you more options, whatever way you slice it. It's not a bad thing. It is still essentially a digital PS5 with just a CD drive on the side, a Blu-ray 4K Blu-ray drive on the side, and it gives you more options as to where to buy games. It lets you sell and buy used games, and obviously just gives you more options overall. And like I says, you know, once they start allowing you to buy and sell digital games amongst yourselves and give you that sort of used market for games, for digital games, and also allowing different retailers to sell physical, like digital game codes, then that's at that point there is really no argument for having disc. And a lot of people argue, say, oh, they already sell game cards, they already sell game codes. They might do for some consoles, like Xbox, for example, but they don't sell every, like, you can't go into Amazon right now and look, obviously, you can't go into Amazon and buy a digital code for Hitman 3. You can't. And I don't think many places allow you to buy a code for new games, for indie games, for the PS5. So that argument is non-existent right now for the PS5. You cannot buy CD keys from different retailers. The Xbox is definitely ahead of the game when it comes to that, I think. You can buy more game codes for Xbox than you can PlayStation right now. But like I said, if they remedy that, if they start making game codes more readily available to different retailers, and allowing some sort of aftermarket for used digital games, then I think definitely disc PS5 is going to get killed and it's stopped in its tracks. But right now, I like the disc one. I'd love to know what you think down below. Let me know in the comments. Do you like disc PS5 or do you like digital? I know it's like a little war. And you know what we'll do? We'll actually put a straw poll up. I'll make a straw poll. I'll link it in the comments down below. And you can vote on which one you like. Now, please guys, consider becoming a member on the channel. Clicking that join button because we're going to be giving away a $50 game code to members only in the coming days. So if you want a chance to win that, make sure that you're a member by clicking that join button down below. It really helps support the stream, helps support me, helps get more equipment and stuff, and helps me invest more back into the stream with giveaways, with other things like that. So thank you for watching. I love you. Have a wonderful week. Hopefully you cop a PS5 if you haven't got one already. And yeah, let me know in the comments. What do you think? Do you want to get disc? Do you want to get digital? Why do you want digital? Why do you want disc? Do you agree with my opinion? Do you totally disagree? I mean, in my mind, there's no like con of having disc. It just gives you more options, and more options isn't a bad thing. It's not as if the disc doesn't have a hard drive in it, you know, for digital games. It's basically a digital with a disc drive. Plus another thing I like about disc is that if, for example, you don't have internet, and you just want to buy a game, or your internet cuts out and you just want to play a game, grab the disc, pop the disc in, it'll install it, and then boom, you can play the game with no internet. That's another benefit of the disc PS5. I forgot to list that on my list of pros. But anyways, yes. And digital games, you know, sometimes decades later they do shut down the servers for digital marketplaces and stuff. So that's another con of digital. But yeah, I'd love to know what you think. I think there's nothing wrong with digital, nothing wrong at all. You know, I could get on just fine with digital. I don't have many disc games these days, so you know I'm not saying digital is a bad thing. I'm just telling you reasons why there's nothing wrong with disc, and I think there's a reason why they do still sell more disc PS5s than digital. But you've got to admit the digital does look pretty sexy, right? So anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful week. Please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon for notifications. Become a member by clicking join so you can get in for our $50 giveaway, game card giveaway, which will be going up in a video form. It's sort of a celebration for hitting 20,000 subscribers, which is awesome, and it's all thanks to you guys. So anyways, have a wonderful week. Peace out. It's Blaze2K. See you.